Friday, May 22nd, 2020. 2026? I was going to say 2022. That's for me, y'all. That was a little whisper from the Lord. He's been showing me 2022 a lot this year. It's sort of my mirror to gauge my progress in my life. In this 2026, the year I call liquid pink sugar. And so, yeah, that was a little whisper for me. How's everybody doing tonight? I am here with a teaching. I actually, in spite of kind of a long day, well, it's not super long, but I did get a chance to write a little teaching for us tonight. And we are still in the month of May, and we are talking about the interference after divine alignment. I started this teaching at the start of the month, and tonight I am titling this Discerning Your Season. This is going to be a good one. Discerning your season. Do you know what season you are in your life? Do you know? And if not, tonight I'm going to equip you to discern what your season is. So how's everybody doing? I'm going to give you all a moment to log on. Or if you're watching this on the replay, hello. My name is Ruby. I'm a Master Life Coach, certified in the healing arts. And I welcome you to my channel. I welcome you to my work and my services, which you can find at shesrestored.com. And you can also find, you can find me on Instagram at shesrestored and Soñado Libre Sound. Those are my two communities and families, and I welcome you to both. I actually do have a channel for Soñado Libre Sound. I just haven't been pouring into that as much, but we'll get there. So, discerning your season. Before we get into this, I want to define some words for us because it's important that we have a good understanding of what these are. So, what is divine alignment? Okay, I've been talking about divine alignment. Actually, I've been talking about divine alignment forever, but specifically, since this is the title of our series, I want us to have a good understanding. Hi, how's it going tonight? Good to see you. And all of you watching, hi. I'm so happy you're here. Those of you in the chat, hello, I see you. And don't hesitate to ask me any questions. I am here, I'm listening, and I'm ready to answer and share anything. So divine alignment, this is how I'm defining it for us. It is an alignment of my life to God's divine path and plan. I'll put that in there. So divine alignment is alignment of my life to God's divine path and plan. So this means that I am spiritually aligned. That is to say, I'm redeemed. I'm connected to God. My spirit knows God. It communes with God. And it is secure. This is super important. It's secure. It is safe. It is secure. It is the foundation of self. Super vital. So this has to be my number one. For me to be in divine alignment, my spirit must be connected to the divine. Mentally and emotionally, when I'm spiritually aligned, it pours into my soul realm. So mentally and emotionally, I will be stable and sound. Even when I'm going through stuff, I still have that foundation to pull me up when I'm down, or to calm me down when I'm anxious and stressed out, or worse, when I'm in burnout. And then thirdly, of course, physically, I will be physically grounded. in my divine alignment. Okay? That is to say that physically, I'm where God wants me to be. Okay, so now when I'm spiritually secure, I have somewhere to draw from to guide my soul, which then gives me the power, wisdom, and knowledge to discern where I am spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Okay? And discernment is a spiritual knowing. In case we're wondering, what is discernment? It is a spiritual knowing, a divine wisdom and guidance, like a spiritual compass, if you will, that guides you on the path. Your path, actually. Here's what you need to remember is that when I'm aligned to God's path, it's actually truly the path I desire. My true desires, my desires that are divine, that are restored. Okay? We're not talking about fleshly, earthly desires. We'll get into that actually shortly. Hi, everybody. I see everybody hopping in the chat. So happy y'all are here. I promise I'm going to come and see what y'all are saying and answer anything. But welcome. I'm so happy you're here. So, discerning my season means I have spiritual wisdom, knowledge, and guidance to mentally, emotionally, and physically lead me into where I need to go, or to understand where I am, where God has me, or if I've been oh so very stubborn and oh so very rebellious, to discern that I'm not where I'm supposed to be because I've been in rebellion. Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Is that Detones? Do you know what Mark 12:25 says? Or 12:29? No. Not off the top. Do you want to tell me? I know it's very close to, let's see, Matthew 24, Mark 13. It's very close to talking about the signs of the last days. But do tell me. I'm actually, you guys, my Bible is part of my, it's part of my stand tonight. Sorry, I have to go. Is not that I don't like your videos. They're really nice. It's just that I have to go. Oh, that's okay. Well, I'm glad you said hi. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining tonight. Thank you, Laura. You're beautiful too. Thank you for the compliment. Hi, Joseph. God bless you as well. Thank you guys so much for saying hello. Okay, are you ready? We're going to get into seasons now. I'm going to talk about seasons so you can discern your season. So if you want to take some notes, I have quite a lot actually. Let's see. So as we know, going back to elementary, we have 4 seasons, or at least we should have 4 seasons. Some of us live in spaces where we don't have 4 seasons, but there should be, and there are 4 seasons. So we have winter, spring, summer, and fall. And what is your favorite season, by the way? I am curious to know, everybody that's tuning in, what's your favorite season? Mine is, without a doubt, the fall season. It is actually my birth season, and maybe that's why I'm so gravitated toward it. I don't know. But also my wardrobe is perpetually fall. I don't care how hot it is, and I'm from South Texas. I don't care how hot it is. You can find me in, well, most of the time, fall colors. usually. I always have a pair of jeans somehow, somewhere. And yeah. Anybody else understand this need to live in the season at all times? It's me. Fall. That's my season. So just like seasons, yours is fall too? Super. Yeah. Hi, Allison. Welcome. So just like the seasons in nature, we have these seasons in our lives. Okay, so take a minute and think about these seasons for a minute. Now, we're kind of in the cusp between spring and summer, or most of us are, I think. Maybe there's a handful of us across the globe that are not in these two seasons. But where I am here in the States, it is the cusp. So, which season speaks to you of all the four seasons? And which do you feel connected to? You know, now that I'm thinking about this, I might do a little mini teaching on this because I think there is something to it. I think there's something to me being so connected to the fall. There is something perhaps in my personality or in my temperament that I gravitate to the spirit of fall. Again, some of it's probably that I was born in the fall. But no, I think there's something more to it. And maybe I'll do a mini teaching on this because I think it would be interesting to discover this about ourselves. What do y'all think? Are you up for it? I think I'm going to do it. Okay, so let's start with winter. Only because, well, our calendar, at least the Gregorian calendar, it starts with winter, January. So think about this for a minute, are you right now in your winter season? Think about this. Think about winter, okay? Now, for some of us, winter is winter. You have months out of the year where you are snowed in and you can't do anything. You're stuck in your house or you're stuck somewhere. It's cold. It's uncomfortable. You can't really do much, okay? For others of us, not so much. Maybe winter is not as brutal. But when I'm speaking about these seasons, I do want you to kind of envision the extremes of them to get the fullness of the picture, to connect yourself to the understanding of the seasons. Okay? You don't like to shovel snow? Yeah. I have a few stories. Not too many. I'm actually from the South, but I have lived where it has snowed before, and yeah, that's stressful. You miss going sledding? Oh, you did? Which part of the world are you from? You obviously know winter very well. So, are you in winter? Are things at a standstill in your life? I'm going to pose so many questions tonight to kind of help you identify this for yourself, okay? Are things at a standstill? Are you going through dark trials? Think about this. For some of you, where you live in winter, it is dark. The sun doesn't come out much. The day ends pretty early. Shorter days, right? Perhaps you just don't see any movement right now in your life. You don't see any movement. It's stagnant. It's stuck, perhaps. Or you may be in a space where God is telling you to rest. And rest is not a bad thing, especially if you are in overwhelm or overload. This is actually vital. Sometimes because we've been pushing too hard, too long, too much, that pause is given to us, that standstill is given to us so we can actually rest and recover. So don't underestimate the importance of winter in your life, even though at times it can be much. Moving on to spring. Oh, you're from Ohio? That's awesome. Yeah, I can see how it can get pretty cold up there. Are you in the springtime? Do you see the early buds from your labor? Just think about this with me for a minute. Do you see them? You've been working so hard, and now you're finally starting to see them play peekaboo with you. Do you feel the grip from winter leaving you? Okay, you will feel this. You'll feel this in your spirit if you're shifting into a new season, especially if you're coming out of winter into spring. Are you hopeful about the future? Our emotions are a huge indicator of the season that we're in. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Springtime. Are you in your springtime? Do you feel, yes, do you feel elated, hopeful, happy? Are you looking forward to the future? Okay. This is spring. Or is it summer in your life? Summer is the time of plentiful sunshine and light. Are the summer fruits beginning to take shape? This is an exciting time too, I feel, summer. Do you feel like everything is aligning in your life? Is it a time for celebration? Are you in your summer season? A lot of us are, actually. A lot of us are entering into this. Hi. Hi, Lilo. Lilo. Hi, Lilo. And hi, Juliet. Awesome, Joseph. So you feel like you're in a hopeful space. That's beautiful. And last but certainly not least is fall. Fall. Are you experiencing the perfect harmony of fall? My gosh, if I could be in this season forever, it would be so glorious. Do you feel yourself immersed in peace? We're going to get into that later. Are you feeling inspired? Yes. Me too, actually. My season just shifted, so I'm so thankful. I'm so happy that God has taken me out of the season that I was just in because it was brutal. Do you see the fullness of your harvest? Oh, it's a glorious time. Are you comfortable and cozy? These are my questions to you. Yes. Hi, Ches. Fall is beautiful, but I do not enjoy raking leaves. So, some of you don't want to shovel snow, and some of you don't want to rake leaves. And yet, how beautiful, though, that we get to touch nature in a tangible way. And it speaks to us always. So, what season are you in? This is my question tonight. To discern, which season are you in? How are things going in your life according to these questions that I've just posed to you? Can you pinpoint where you are right now? Okay. And I encourage you to write these down for yourself and just for all time, for future reference. Anybody have any questions before we move into the next little space? Yes, of course. So for summer, I asked you, are the summer fruit beginning to take shape? Do you feel like everything is aligning in your life? Is it a time for celebration? Do you see a lot of sunshine and lights and happiness, joy, elation? I feel like, I feel like any season you can be creative, but there's certainly certain seasons probably encourage different types of releases, if that makes sense for you. Yes, absolutely. You can share anything. Absolutely, anything. By the way, those of you that are new, welcome. My name is Ruby. I'm a certified master life coach in the healing arts. I help you process pain and trauma through the arts, actually. And I do have a website where I offer many, many services, including my classes that I've resumed for summer, or I should say I'm launching them this summer, and I'm going to continue to teach again because I had a little hiatus earlier this year because I had a winter season and setback, but I'm ready. I'm ready to rock, and I'm back. You usually go to the lake? Awesome. I know the lake is a beautiful space. Beautiful space to just be, and to receive whatever God is putting in your spirit. You're in winter season, Ches. Yes, and that's okay. Winter season can be a lot for us, but just remember, winter does pass, and then you see the little buds of spring. And if you do need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. My email is shesrestored@gmail.com. And if you need to talk, you need a little coaching or mentorship or therapy, I invite you, and that goes for everyone watching. So it is important to discern your season so that you can stand firm when the interference comes against your divine alignment. This is where I'm taking us here. I want you strong in posture, spirit, soul, and body when things come against the alignment that God is doing in our life. This is so vital. And it does come. The attacks come. This is why I do what I do. This is why I teach what I teach. Because when we get to a place where we can master our soul, we can take back our power from the enemy that has stolen it from us. And he does it in so many sneaky ways, which we're going to get into a little bit tonight. So I'm going to say this again. It's important to discern your season so that you can stand firm against the interference that comes against your divine alignment in every area of your life, every area of your life. So some of these hindrances to this discernment, that is to say that there are some things or postures or environments or situations that can hinder my ability to discern. Okay? Number one, and I'm going to start with number one just because it's the most tangible and easy to understand space that we all can identify with. Absolutely, Joseph. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Welcome to the She's Restored family. yes, you can email me, shesrestored@gmail.com. All lowercase, all one word. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you, by the way. So, some hindrances to this discernment. Number one, are y'all ready? Number one, catering to your flesh. Hi, Eric. Or is it Erica? Hi, Erica. Good to have you tonight. Catering to your flesh. So, what is the flesh? The flesh is the carnal, unhealed, or unredeemed part of self, specifically in the soul realm. This is the part of you that by nature and by default falls into temptations to gratify self. I'm going to say that again, okay? Because this is a concise, this is my definition of the flesh, okay? Yes, I am. Oh, you're on your mom's account. So, hi, Isaiah. I'm having a good day. I mean, it was kind of a little bit long mentally, but yes, thank you for asking, by the way. Are you having a good day? I hope you're all having a good day or night, wherever you are. So I'm going to define this again. The flesh is the carnal, unhealed, or unredeemed part of self. And this is the part of you, of me, of us, that by nature and by default falls into temptations to gratify self. And when I say this, it is an unhealthy space. Okay? We're talking about unhealthy space, which is why I teach you on how to go through the inner healing journey so you can gain victory in these areas that have kept you stagnant, stuck, stressed. I could go on. But when I learn self, when I learn the areas that I struggle with, and then the areas that that I'm strong in, I begin to take my power back so that I'm not tossed to and fro by my own rebellion, by my own whims. I actually have focus, I have direction, I have discipline. That's the word we're looking for. Discipline. Okay. So three, I'm just gonna talk about three. I could get into a lot, but for the sake of time and our teaching, I'm gonna get into three spaces of this self gratification. Hi, you want to speak English? Well, you can reach out to me. I actually do English and Spanish tutoring. And there's two ways you can do it. You can email me, shesrestored@gmail.com, or you can go to a platform called Syllable Space, 2 words, Syllable Space, and you can find me on there. I'm one of the tutors on there, and you can just book a session, and I would be happy to work with you. Your flesh is very vulnerable. My flesh is very vulnerable. Yes, it is, actually. And this is good that you recognize this about yourself, because this is what I'm talking about. Having that self discernment to know this is where I'm at is super vital. And once you're here, you've already taken the biggest step ever. So the three spaces are selfishness, impatience, and indulgence. Anybody struggle with these three? And when I say this, I mean we can all struggle in these areas. But I'm talking about to the point where it is so enmeshed in your identity that maybe you don't even know how to not be selfish or impatient or indulgent. This is bondage to your flesh. But as you begin to grow in your spirit, you begin to learn how to not gratify the flesh, but to unlearn some of these patterns that have kept you bound. And you begin to learn new ways. You begin to renew the mind. And that pours into how you feel, and that pours into how you make decisions. And it's a beautiful restoration process. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, of course not. Never be ashamed of yeah, I mean, you're doing great though. You're doing great. Okay, so number 2. And what am I talking about right now if you're just tuning in? Some hindrances to being able to discern your season. Number 2 is the people in our life that are on assignment to hijack God's plan. Ooh, this could take, this is a whole teaching. Actually, all of these are entire teachings I could do. But for the sake of time, people in our life on assignment, that is to say that they are literally being used to come against God's plan and path. They're coming to distract you, they're coming to discourage you, or they're coming to deter you off God's path. These are counterfeit relationships. Whether these are romantic, platonic friendships, these could be coworkers or bosses. Think about this. And I'm sure we're all the wheels are turning like, who are these people in my life that are coming against? Especially when you know God says go this way. And these people start coming against that direction. So counterfeit relationships is number 1. Number 2, toxic family. Toxic family members. These are people in our life that we are related to. And actually, I'll say both. We're related to them by birth, by blood. They're our blood relatives. But they don't have our best interest in their heart or in their mind or in their behavior and decisions. They actually would seek to come against us in some way or another. And when you have these awakenings and revelations, it's life-changing. When you understand that just because they're family doesn't mean they're family. And you know them by their fruit. Are these family members, are they pouring into my life? Are they affirming? Are they encouraging? Are they supportive? Are they around when I'm going through the worst of times, or do they ghost me? Do they speak well of me behind my back to others? This is important to discern this in your life. Number 3, is unhealthy or toxic friendships. And it is the same. It is people in our life that we would consider a friend, and yet, are they a friend? Are they? And of course, we have different friends, different calibers, different seasons, different, degrees of closeness, you could say. But if I'm to call someone a friend, that means that I can confide in them, that I can lean on them. And I always encourage y'all, trust people to the degree that they're trustworthy. Some of us struggle with trusting too much, and we end up getting hurt because we put our heart out there, or pour our heart out there, and yet we do it in a way that is, because we're so trusting, we do it in a way that can be detrimental to us. So these three spaces and categories of people in our life that are on assignment to hijack God's plan. And third is the enemy and his schemes. This is the third hindrance that would come against my discernment in my life. And this comes in the form of spiritual warfare, attacks from people, as I mentioned earlier, destiny blockers, sicknesses and diseases. The enemy can use these things to deter us. Things like accidents, freak accidents, and believe it or not, some of this can actually be coming from spiritual warfare. So, any questions? My environment is Arabic, not English. That's amazing. That is super awesome. And I would like to learn Arabic, actually. What is the language called? Who is the enemy? The enemy is, I call him the enemy. And really, it is in the form of enemies. But the evil one that wants to keep us in bondage, unhealed, sick, struggling, broke, passing down generational bondage and curses, and what do I talk about when I say this? Things that have stolen from our lineage, from our bloodline, from our culture, I'm sure you could think of it right now. What are some things in your family that you have seen passed down from generation that has stolen their joy, it's stolen their peace? This is what I'm talking about. And the enemy uses this to keep you bound, to keep us bound. But when I have that spiritual discernment to see this is a pattern in my family. A lot of you that are on my channel or that are coming to my channel, I'm going to say this so sweetly and beautifully, but you're the outcasts. You're the one who didn't fit in your family. You're the one who's breaking bondages and curses, generational curses in your family. God is using you to heal your family, even your bloodline, your lineage, your family lineage. There's so much, you guys. Trust issues and people lean on. Yes. See? You just confirmed that, Joseph. This is what I'm talking about. You are. Well, you've come to the right space, because so am I. As I like to say, I'm the pink sheep in my family. And by the grace of God, He's called me to heal the brokenhearted and set the captives free. And that's what we're doing. Any questions before we wrap? One last thing. One last major encouragement. How do I keep myself from these hindrances so that I can stay in discernment. I can be aware when I'm being attacked. I can discern when people are coming against me. This is all spiritual. This is divine wisdom and guidance. God, I'm telling you, when you take the time to commune with God, when it's just you and Him, however that looks for you, and I will never tell you there's only a specific way you do this, because there isn't. It's a personal relationship. It is how He speaks to you and how you understand Him. But when you get to the space where you have spiritually aligned yourself to His Spirit and you begin to hear, He will guide you in the most minute detail of your life. He will guide you. I promise. I promise. But that's all. Tuning into the frequency of the Spirit, that is how you begin to discern the season you're in. And with that, I'm going to wrap for tonight. Those of you that are new, I'm so happy you're here. I welcome you. Currently, I have 3 live streams I do, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday is Mind Heart Mondays. Wednesday is our anxiety and depression support. And then Friday is our last day's live stream. And tonight, yes, it was a soul teaching, but it was also one to prepare you for the times that we're in. So, and again, my invitation is open. I still have availability for May if you're looking for one-to-one sessions with me. I do these virtually. So even if you're across the globe, we would actually meet on Google Meet. And as part of the shesrestored family, you do get a discount for your sessions, and your first session is always free. So I would love to connect with y'all if that is something that works for you and you're interested in. And with that, I'm going to say good night. Oh, I'm so glad, Joseph. I'm so happy to meet you. I'm glad you're here. And welcome. You're at the right place. You've landed in the right space. So, all right. Well, I love y'all. I will see you on Monday. Unless I have something else, I will come back on here, but I will see you Monday. Because I feel like I failed him. Oh, Ches. I understand what you mean by that. And yes, sometimes we do go into these seasons in our life where God seems really far away for whatever reason. You don't feel close or connected. But my encouragement to you is that He's always close. He's always close. And He never shames us. Remember this, God knows us better than we know ourselves. He knows our afflictions. He knows our weakness. This is why when Christ came to the earth in the form of man, He wrestled with these, or not wrestled, but He understood what we went through. He knows us. He knows that we struggle. And one thing I will encourage you is that He does not bring condemnation, even when we sin. He does not bring condemnation. He brings conviction so that we can turn and repent and turn to Him. But He always does it with love and gentleness. So that's my encouragement to you, is to just spend a little time being still and letting Him minister to your spirit and guiding you back to Him, because I promise He is. And with that, love y'all. I will see you on Monday. You're very welcome. I'll see you guys Monday. Bye.